welcome to a brand new wedding planning vlog. This is actually present day me coming to you because I forgot to film an intro to this vlog when I started. We're actually going to start with Johnny and I picking our wedding menu, and in the next clips when we're doing this, I was actually starting to become quite ill and I didn't realise it at the time, but I think I was definitely like not myself and a bit off. So you're probably going to tell that in the next clips. But I did end up getting pretty poorly and ultimately on antibiotics by the end of the week. So yeah, I just wasn't quite myself, but I want to include it because it's us picking our wedding menu and obviously that's a big part of the wedding. So that's enough for the intro. Here is me and Johnny choosing our wedding menu. Menus. Right, so it was 3 canapes and she said that they could do me my own vegetarian 3 separate to this, didn't she?
Right. Have you not got your notes with you from the notes that you made on the day when we had our last meeting there? Where did you make all them notes? Because you had a list of questions and you were making notes when we were going through it. Yeah. It'd be good to have this because that we're going off memory and you'll have wrote it down. Sorry. What?
Well, I can't guarantee I can find it. This was it, so I haven't written much.
Right.
Because vegetarian and gluten-free canapes can be separate.
Right. Good.
So, pork roulette lollipop.
Thing is, can't pick this without having our full menu for the day, because I'm not picking something on there, then we're having that as a main. No.
What do you want to start with? The main and the starter?
Well, I don't know, and then what we're having on the evening, because you'll not want a canapé that's going to be, if we're having a similar thing on the evening. Need to know the full day.
Oh my goodness.
You put this much planning into stuff.
Right, evening food.
Right, so the night before...
at the end of the day.
So the night before we're having pizza, so I think we can get rid of that.
Night before we're having pizza and ice cream.
So get rid of that.
We're definitely not having a pizza station.
That, I don't think will interest you in the slightest.
No, it
so
doesn't.
Get rid of that.
That is Casbah.
Rock the Casbah.
Casbah. Nope.
It's tagines, so no.
And I don't want antipasto bar, which is all just cold stuff.
Get rid of that. Right. So that leaves you with
my left way.
hot sandwiches.
Yeah, hot sandwiches. So either roast beef, fish fingers, or pulled pork. A burger bar. Hot dogs. And posh kebabs. I would already say no to hot dogs.
Yep.
So a sandwich or burger or the kebabs. I know you were quite interested in the kebabs.
Would you not be?
Yeah, sounds quite nice. It says served with pita bread. Plus you can choose 3 there, 2 plus a vegetarian. Some of them it's just like 1. These 2 it's just 1. So 1 meat and a vegetarian. Yeah. Hot sandwiches, roast beef, fish finger or pork. Burgers, an American style barbecue, French style Dijon, mayonnaise, brie and crispy onion rings. Northumbrian, blue cheese, pancetta, Cajun chicken, and a vegetarian burger. King prawn, fig and halloumi with hummus and pita, Korean chicken, spiced lamb, and spicy vegetable. I don't know, it's hard to imagine like a burger and chips. That's like a meal, I can imagine that. I can't imagine how filling that is. Are you just getting like a skewer?
Well, if they're served with a pita bread, I'm guessing that you just cut open and you make your own.
Oh no, it says served with rice, couscous, salad and fattoush dressing. It's just a vegetarian one that says pita bread. You get a kebab with rice and couscous, basically.
Right. So which way are you leaning? Which of them are you most likely to eat on an evening? We don't have to go with posh kebabs because everything in there sounds very posh for canapes.
Yeah, I know, but you got excited by that.
Yeah, but
I'm not massively bothered. I'd probably go with burgers, just because I can imagine having a burger and chips. I can't really imagine having like couscous.
No? Well, that's fine.
Are you sure? Because I want you to be happy and excited.
Of course I will be. I will be anyway.
Are you sure?
I mean, you've got an easy one. Like,
Yeah.
obviously yours is just...
Yeah. So it's between like an American style barbecue, a French style burger, it just says, British style with blue cheese, pancetta, Cajun spiced chicken, paprika and pancetta.
I mean, I'd probably say the French style one.
Yeah. What's making you choose that?
Just sounds a bit different.
Does sound different with the brie. Also just skinny fries. I feel like that's a bit more filling than a kebab.
Good.
Happy? So we've got pizza and ice cream the night before. We've got burgers on the evening of the wedding. We're not having sorbet. So mains. For mains we can choose 2 plus vegetarian.
Right.
Got a medallion of beef fillet, oxtail, 12-hour braised beef, sirloin steak, shoulder of lamb, venison, herb roasted chicken breast, slow cooked belly pork, salmon, lobster mousse, sea bream. Like I'm missing something here.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rest.
The vegetarian. So one of these probably and 2 of these.
Well, that's what 2 and 1 veg means.
Well, we could pick 2 vegetarian.
No. Needing that.
Anything immediately taking your eye?
Well, all of it. All of it sounds nice. But I don't know. I mean, I'd probably say probably the beef one.
What would you pick for yourself off this menu if you were just picking your meal?
Probably the belly pork.
Right. Got black pudding mash.
Well, that's the thing that might stop other people having it. But then if I wasn't having that, that's the one that I'd probably went for. This is 12-hour braised beef. Which then if I'm going to get that one, then I'd probably pick a chicken one for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got a beef and a chicken to pick from.
So we're going 2 meat, not a meat and a fish. It's the salmon and the sea bream.
Yeah, but if you look on... You've got more... I would say you're picking more of a... How many starters do we get?
Just 1 and a vegetarian, I think.
But then there's a chance of incorporating seafood into the canapes. I think there'll be a lot more people who would rather have a choice between beef and chicken than beef or chicken and a seafood option, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Right, so no salmon, no sea bream. So you don't think sirloin steak?
No, me, with a 12-hour one, because you can make either of them at home. You can have beef fillet and you can have a sirloin. You're not going to braise something for 12, like you're not going to cook something for 12 hours at home. So to have something like that somebody else has put all the effort into, for me.
Or have a belly pork?
Well, yeah, because I think that's going to put people off.
It's a local thing though.
No, that'd be nice.
Okay. So beef, which chicken? Herb roasted chicken supreme. Or roast chicken breast with pancetta.
Oh, either of them would be lovely.
What's boulong potatoes?
Again, type of potato, don't know. Not a chef.
You watch enough chef programs?
Either or.
I think that one.
Put a mark against that one and come back.
More
We
interesting.
can easily review it later on, and then it's you.
So definitely not that. That doesn't even sound like a main. Asparagus. How's asparagus a main? Well, my
Truffle.
wild mushroom Wellington, Thai vegetable curry, pea, truffle and tarragon risotto, or a Moroccan tagine. Absolutely not. I'm leaning towards going for the Wellington. I do really enjoy a Thai vegetable curry, but I don't think I can imagine eating it on my wedding day.
And you sat there in your wedding dress, and it'll be everywhere.
Do we go for the risotto, which is different? No, I'm going to go for the Wellington. For desserts.
How many of these?
Well, she said one, preferably made it quicker, but I went back and said, can we offer two? And she said, yeah, you can. So two. I don't want to offer just one dessert. There is a lot of choice.
There is. Well, you're going to be picking one of the top two, aren't you?
I don't know. Well, she said one had to be the vegan option.
What, if we went back and picked two?
Yeah. Which would mean it had to be the vegan chocolate brownie. Which is fine, to be fair. So the only difference is you got passion fruit rather than vanilla ice cream.
And the fact that it's made with vegan chocolate, not proper chocolate.
Well, yeah, but I've had plenty of vegan brownie and you can't tell.
So,
I know it's not made with vegan chocolate. It's just made of dark chocolate, which is vegan.
right.
But obviously no butter. Vegan butter.
And what other one would you be looking at?
Well, what do you fancy? Like a sticky toffee pudding sounds lovely. I feel like ideally you'd offer something chocolatey or toffee or whatever, and then you'd offer like more of a fruity.
A fruity one, aye. Well then, it's got to be either the meringue tart, the pavlova, or the panna cotta then.
Right. So you're getting rid of white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake.
Well, yeah, because again, that's going to be a heavier option.
What's a panna cotta?
Like the cream little dome, which has got a nice little wobble to it.
I mean, we could always offer a different vegan.
Well, again, you would have probably that one as your alternative.
I was thinking that one.
Alright.
Champagne sorbet. Red wine, poached pear and fresh berries. If someone wants something light and fruity, there's not much to that.
Just give them a full pear.
Pears are fruit.
Sorry?
Pears are fruit.
Oh, thank you for educating me on that. Here's me thinking it was red meat.
To me, that's not heavy.
No.
So for argument's sake, say we went with that and not the vegan brownie. And we could go for something like the sticky toffee pudding.
What are you going to be happy getting on the day?
But it's not all about me.
No, it's our wedding. It's what we flipping want. Other people, we're paying for them to eat at our wedding. So I want you to have something you want. You would never pick sticky toffee pudding.
No.
So why are you picking that?
Because it sounds nice for you. Caramel sauce, fudge ice cream.
Doesn't matter. I'd say apart from the blueberry and almond tart, I would eat any of them. So
Oh, we'll cross that straight off then. We'll get rid of the chocolate mousse.
oh, you stopped halfway, didn't you?
Because it says chocolate mousse brownie.
I know. It's
White
got like
cheesecake and honeycomb.
it's got about 4 desserts in one. That.
Oh, I would pick that one.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know why you dismissed them two straight away for your
I
vegan
just
option.
stopped at mousse and I was like, mousse. Oh, that's
No,
pathetic.
it's got mousse brownie, white chocolate cheesecake, and honeycomb.
Yeah, I think that.
Right. So that one that's got 4 desserts in one. We'll have that.
But then if we have that, we'll have to go with one of these.
Which we've been discussing anyway.
But are you happy with that?
Mhm.
I think that one.
Well, it's gonna be one of them two. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Berries with raspberry gel doesn't sound as exciting as red wine poached pear with champagne sorbet.
Mhm.
I feel like you've given in on all your favourite things though. We didn't go with the kebabs.
Well, no, that doesn't matter.
Starters.
Right. So what's the crack here? Just one, or 1 and 1.
1 and 1, I think. Cheese souffle. I feel like it's often good to have a soup, but I don't want soup. And soup's all the vegetarian stuff.
Well, no, you've got a, like you say, you've got a souffle.
Yeah, but
And
then we
you've got
wouldn't
goat's
be
cheese.
offering anyone soup is what I mean. And a lot of people like soup as a starter.
I think if you're under 80, you can make do without soup for one day.
Again, definitely not couscous, definitely not vegetable salad. They're all soups. Wouldn't go with the cheese souffle over goat's cheese.
Right, so go, right. For me, that makes it sound like you've made up your mind on.
I would choose goat's cheese, personally.
Go for that.
And then over to you. Lobster terrine, Thai-style fish cakes, roulade of smoked salmon, duck liver pate, ham hock terrine, local shore crab, lobster and truffle risotto. That doesn't even sound like a starter. Asian style belly pork and king prawns, confit duck and foie gras. Do you want to compare this with the canapes?
Because that's it, it's trying to get everything that runs into each other, and you don't want, because now we've picked our mains, that's why I'm looking at that going, right, well, I would think there's got to be, like you say, there's got to be some seafood element in somewhere.
Would you change chicken or pork for a starter in order to have, I don't know, belly pork starter? That's what you're talking about.
No, I think the mains I'm happy with.
Right.
I'm happy with the mains.
So
But then, like here, obviously, that's why I think you need these together, because if I say went for a lobster and crab there, I'm not going to go for a lobster terrine.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think immediately mushroom arancini is what I'd go for the veggie. I know you don't like mushroom.
No, but that's fine.
You can pick the other two.
Yeah, you can get rid of that one.
Get rid of coronation chicken bonbons.
Yeah.
I'd say get rid of beef Wellington.
Mhm.
That's quite heavy.
Mhm.
And you've already got beef. I think koftas are quite a good canapé because they'll be on a stick, won't they?
Yeah. So, yeah, 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah. And then it's either top or bottom.
Really? But then we've got no fish.
No, because I'm going for that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Interesting. So people can have either lobster or goat's cheese starter.
Yeah. But I want that.
Hmm.
So.
Fair enough. It's something different. It doesn't mean you couldn't have a king prawn tempura canapé though.
No.
I personally feel like it should be a meat, a fish and a veggie.
Right.
And I think they're too similar to that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wouldn't go for either of those.
You can get rid of that one then. We've got.
Yeah. I'd go for the prawn.
Mhm. Go for it. It might be the day you're tempted back.
No. Okay, so you arrive for the drinks reception. You get offered either a mini lamb kofta with mint yogurt, wild mushroom and truffle arancini, or I was going to
say, I don't know. I only have one of these.
King prawn tempura with sweet chilli sauce. Yeah, I think they're all different enough.
Mhm. And I think a choice between them two, they're both sort of summer dishes.
A lobster terrine with new potato, cucumber and dill salsa, or grilled goat stews with honey and thyme infused roasted vegetables. And then either 12-hour braised beef with baby vegetables and caramelised onion mash, roast chicken breast, pancetta, braised little gem, peas, baby onions and boulanger potatoes, or a wild mushroom Wellington. I'm second guessing whether to go for the risotto.
Why? What's your risotto? Pea, truffle, which would be lovely. Do you like tarragon?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so it's like a...
Dauphinoise.
Aye.
I don't know if I like tarragon.
Tarragon's quite a strong herb, but it's lovely.
I think it'll be lighter than a mushroom Wellington. In a way. I know risotto's not light.
No, but if it's done by a proper person rather than us, it should be lighter.
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch my mind to the risotto.
Mhm. That's alright.
We get to do a tasting.
Mhm. And I'm guessing at that point we're not fixed in.
No, like if I'm really
If you went and
that,
just went,
I really
no.
don't like. Oh, we could even say, right, pea truffle, but just not the tarragon. Like, is there an alternative you could?
Oh no, we'll go and get some anyway, and you can try it in something. We're not going to make a pea, truffle and tarragon risotto, but...
Right.
And then...
Chocolate mousse, brownie, a white chocolate cheesecake and honeycomb, or red wine, poached pear, champagne sorbet and fresh berries. And then the evening food, you get a burger and skinny fries. Either French style or vegetarian. Pizza and ice cream the night before. And then there's just the children's menu.
So what's the crack with this? How many?
Well, we'll just pick one of each to offer for anyone who goes for the kids menu.
Right.
So you're thinking of the young kids because older kids can have from our menu.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're thinking of like Luca. We're basically picking for Luca.
Right.
Well, I would say maybe the dough balls over garlic bread.
Hmm?
Definitely not soup.
No.
Or melon.
Mhm.
Dough balls, and then say either the popcorn chicken and fries or the beef burger and fries. I'm trying to think of what's going to be easiest as well. Like fries.
Probably just Thing is, you're going to be having a burger. Are they going to be partaking in the burger later on?
Probably. Should we go with the popcorn chicken?
Probably.
So I have dough balls, popcorn chicken, and then I'd say ice cream. What's a block of glory? I thought that was ice cream.
Ice cream. That's ice cream. Chocolate sundae is ice cream. The brownie comes with ice cream. And the other one is mixed ice cream, honeycomb and meringue.
Knickerbocker glory. They had ice cream. Maybe we'll go for Knickerbocker glory then, that sounds more exciting. Oh, out for delivery. Oh, hob.
Good.
Right, happy with the menu?
Very happy.
I'm about to send our wedding invites. I've been waiting for this moment. I'm so excited. I literally just need to select the guests. I've done all of the email. It's an email invite. So we did like paper, magnetic, save the dates, but now we're sending all of our invites via email. I've set up all the RSVP and I'm so excited to send them out. Done it all on With Joy, which has been a really easy website to use, and I can basically set up my guest list, put all of their email addresses in, and then I've set up my RSVP. I've created an email with an invitation attached, and that links through to an online schedule so everyone can see everything that's happening. It's basically like my order of the day. But it's like a weekend because, well, it's midweek, but we're doing like 2 nights, so they've got a 2-day schedule. And then, yeah, they can just RSVP online. Where are we?
We're at Wood Hill, where we're getting married.
Going to taste our menu.
Very good. Crispy pig.
Nice.
Belly pork.
It's like dark chocolate.
Which one did you have first?
Mousse, brownie, cheesecake, and a tiny bit of fruit.
Balance it out.
Hi. I just thought I'd come on and update on our menu tasting because we went up there on Thursday evening to our venue, Wood Hill Hall, and we had such a lovely time. It was really like exciting to go in, and even though it was completely different to how the wedding day will be, still just kind of experiencing a bit of what it will be like, I guess, was really lovely. So I mean, it's about an hour away, and it was during Storm Babette, so which is still going on. But yeah, so it was kind of like we were driving an hour north up into rural Northumberland during the storm, so it was very, very foggy. There was no views like there normally would be, and hopefully will be during our wedding, but it was actually really cozy. Obviously the venue's like a manor house, so it almost felt Christmassy, like it felt very cozy, very autumnal, and really lovely. And they had sort of set up all the individual tables for couples of 2, and they'd sort of put them nicely spaced out. So there was only 6 of us in the room that we were in, and yeah, it was just a really lovely vibe. It was very romantic. It was like a date night for us because Lucas stayed at Johnny's parents that night, so we had like a child-free night, and we had a delicious 4-course meal, well 5 courses with canapes. Yeah, so it was a really lovely evening. So we arrived and they had welcome drinks, and the wedding coordinators were there. So our wedding coordinator was there, so we had a nice chat with her, and she said she'd be there all evening to answer any questions, would be coming around, and they definitely stuck to that. They came around between every course to have a chat and ask us what we thought. We had picked our menu in advance, but it had changed slightly to the menu we originally picked. So we had actually done like picking our menu, and then we got the email inviting us to the tasting, which was a lot sooner than I was expecting. I'd been told we'd be going in February, and it's October now. So we got the email inviting us, and I think it's because Wood Hill's actually closing for a few months over like the winter, basically, to do some renovations. So we got the invite inviting us to go to the tasting, book our tasting, and on that was a new menu, and they've just brought out a new menu. So that menu is still, like, I'd say 90% of the dishes were the same, but they had taken a couple off and added a couple in for sort of each course. And it so happened that they had added in 2 mains that we decided to change to. So we kept the starters the same, we kept the desserts the same, but me and Johnny both changed our choice of main. Actually, a really nice touch was that they had a magician there, who was obviously like there to try and sell his services, which very much almost worked because he was really, really good. He did a trick, well, he did 3 tricks, none of them I know how he did, but one of them, I was literally holding a card in my hand and it changed, and I don't know how he did that. So I was kind of like, do we have budget for a magician? We haven't planned a magician, but I don't think we're going to add a magician in. But yeah, so basically we had a little look around venue while we had our welcome drink, and then we sat down and the magician was going around, and we started with the canapes, which were delicious. And something that I really like about our venue is that for the canapes, like every wedding I've been to before, you get like people walk around with platters of canapes and you sort of take one off. But at Wood Hill, everyone gets their own plate with the 3 canapes on, so you know that everyone's gonna get like one of each, you know, no one's gonna miss out on anything. And then they do individual dietary requirements as well. So for me being vegetarian, obviously we're not picking 3 vegetarian canapes for everyone, but I will get 3 vegetarian just for me. And if someone's gluten-free, for example, they'll get 3 gluten-free canapes, and that's kind of like a chef's choice. So I thought that was really great. So we didn't pick canapes for the tasting, we were just given a selection. So I was given mushroom arancini, which is actually one we've chosen, and that was absolutely delicious. And then Johnny was given like a chicken bonbon, I think it was called, and a blue cheese and parma ham quiche. And I was given a blue cheese and broccoli quiche and a sweet potato and beetroot falafel. And they were all absolutely delicious, but my favourite was the mushroom arancini, so I was really pleased because that was one that we've chosen. None of the others were ones that we have chosen, but I think we're like confident that the ones we have picked will be lovely. Then we moved on to starters. So I had the goat's cheese, which came with beetroot and everyone got a roll of bread as well, which I thought was really good because particularly a starter like goat's cheese, I always like to have bread with that. But everyone will get bread with their starter. And Johnny had lobster terrine. Both were delicious. Well, mine was delicious and Johnny said his was. And actually we were given a menu on paper, which we were told we could scribble on, but we also have an online portal where we could add feedback for each of our dishes. Actually, something which was really nice was that when we arrived, our wedding coordinator said to us that the whole point of the evening was to get things perfect, that the chefs weren't precious and they were like completely open to feedback, and we could make any changes that we want to really personalise the menu to us, which I thought was fantastic. So when we moved on to the mains, these were the dishes we'd changed. So I changed from a risotto to a gnocchi, which I really love gnocchi. It was like a basil gnocchi it was on a bed of like mushrooms and like pesto glaze and broccoli and spinach and sweet potato, I think, or butternut squash maybe. It was absolutely delicious. And Johnny had belly pork, which he switched from beef. And he said his was like out of this world. Johnny being Johnny didn't change or make any suggestions of changes for any of his dishes. I did make some suggestions just for my gnocchi. Mainly I felt like the portion size was a little bit small. I mean, like a tiny bit small. There was 10 pieces of gnocchi, and I think maybe if we had like 13 pieces per portion. So that was one of my feedback, which my wedding coordinator said was absolutely doable. I also feel with gnocchi, it's quite repetitive and it's quite stodgy. And I felt like I could do with something fresh to sort of counteract the stodginess of the gnocchi. So I've suggested if we could have some sun-dried tomatoes and mozzarella pearls. So this is what I mean, it's really great that we can literally tailor our menu and make it like our favourite things. I just think is wonderful. So that was my feedback, but the flavours were delicious. The mushrooms were so good. And then the desserts, so we've picked a vegan poached pear, well, a poached pear as our vegan dessert, but we didn't try that because we didn't think we needed to. So we went for 2 chocolate desserts that we're sort of deciding between, but to be honest, I think we'd already chosen in advance. But Johnny had a chocolate fondant tart, which he said was lovely, but the one we're going to go for, and we thought we were going to go for, was the one that I had, which was the trio of chocolate. So it had a white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake, brownie with honeycomb and chocolate mousse. And oh my god, it was incredible. I live for dessert. I'm very much a sweet tooth person, and yeah, that was my favourite dish of the 3 courses. Oh, and I've missed a course. So there was also a sorbet course, which was like a mango and passion fruit sorbet, which was lovely, but we're not having a sorbet course in our wedding, which is why I forgot about it. So yeah, that was everything, and as I said, everything was delicious. I was so impressed with like the service and how friendly and accommodating everyone was, and it just made me even more excited, if that's possible, and having more confidence, I guess, which again, I had plenty of confidence, but it just sort of like continues to reinforce that in the venue. That is just going to be amazing.